Do you believe that there is any will in the Senate to do it the right way and hold a debate and a vote on whether or not Congress needs to step in and make a judgment on the ongoing war?
All I can do is I can speak about my own vote. My vote no is not a pro-war vote, but it's absolutely a pro-no nuclear Iran. And now here we are at the cusp of, and we've held Iran accountable for the first time ever. They were really, really held accountable in a very meaningful way. And now here we are. And now I think the decision is produce the nuclear dust, or this is going to continue, and then we're going to hold them accountable. That's really important. And that's not a radical thought or a view for Democrats. Now, Harris, she identified Iran as her top international concern. Hillary Clinton said the same thing. Neither of them ever refused to take military options, just like you're watching right now on your screen, off the table. So this isn't like a new thing for Democrats, but everything's changed because now not a single Democrat will agree with Trump with virtually anything, because that's very toxic as a Democrat. But things are much bigger than my seat or how I may have angered people in my party. But I refuse to vote for something that would force us away that allows Iran to keep their nuclear materials and go back to building a bomb, which they were trying to do. I absolutely,
Senator,
it's June, and now I was the only Democrat that supported it. It was fantastic what they did with Midnight Hammer to bomb and to really damage those facilities. Hold them accountable. And where is the rest of the world countries? Where's our allies saying, yeah, we collectively demand Iran produce their nuclear dust? That's about peace. That's about a more stable and more prosperous Middle East. Iran can't ever acquire a nuclear bomb. Find a single Democrat that says it's okay. Well, but voting for that's effectively the same thing. But do not say we can't ever let Iran build a nuclear bomb, but refuse to take the heat and to vote for something even though it might be unpopular as a Democrat.
I think that is part of the play. You are correct. However, in irony of ironies, I will now defend your party, which I am anti-party, and you are a member of a party that you are not defending, but now I must. And I'll do it this way. Here's the problem. You say hold accountable. The moment President Trump said, I will not remove the regime, this was over. You were always going to have to make a deal. They don't care about their people. Unless you are willing to go in and take them out, they will always try to get a weapon. They will always cheat. They will always lie, and they will always want to kill you. So your position should be, I am for going at Iran. They cannot have a nuke, and we must remove the regime. But that is not the position. And this can only end one way, which is with a deal that's not going to be great.
Yeah, Iran is a very difficult situation, without a doubt. But I would like to remind you and everyone watching this, Iran is the bad guy in this. That is not America. And that's
the
not
regime.
Trump, this specific thing.
The regime, not the country, not the people. The regime. They are outsiders.
It's not the semantics, but now for me, like on the New York Times and other media now, people have forgot this idea that America, we are the good guys. We are on the good side. We are on the right side of history consistently throughout all this, and holding these terrible regimes, whether it's the Nazis or whether it's Russia, holding these people accountable. Now, that's where we are. Now,
right, but we didn't say, Senator, we'll leave the Nazis in place. We'll leave al-Qaeda in place. We're not great at regime change, don't get me wrong. It's really only worked in one place, Japan. But why did it work in Japan? Because you actually did the job and owned it. Now, look, I wasn't asking for that here to the extent that whatever I want matters. But as soon as the president said the regime stays in place, why you say this warrants the bravery of your vote was taken away, Senator. You weren't going to keep them from getting a nuke because they're going to break the deal.
America demands a perfect war. And now war is ugly and it's terrible and it's very, very costly. Look at that iconic picture of the Korean Peninsula. Look at night. What does that look? You see a dark, dark north,
Yep.
and you have absolutely lit up like a Christmas tree on the south. You
Yep.
know, people don't really think about the sacrifice what America did. They held that scourge accountable, and now that gave birth to an incredible country like South Korea. Now that's a light in that region now too. Now that's the
Right.
truth. You know, that's why America
That is the
is
truth
for
about
the
South
good.
Korea. But the
Yeah.
reason that Donald Trump stopped flirting with Kim Jong un is because he realized this guy's a zealot. I can't take him out, or I don't want to. It's not worth it.
Yeah, well,
So let
every
me leave
single
him
president
alone.
tried to stop that. You know, and every American president
And they
rightly
all
tried to
failed.
stop the North Koreans. Yeah,
And they all
but
failed
that's
because
a
you got to
different
be willing
dynamic
to
than.
go all in.
Uh,
And look, again, this is what they call a Hobson's choice in philosophy, which is where there's really no good decision to be made. So you wind up with one just obvious one, which is what? You got to just keep going because now you're already in a bad position. But that's my point. You say they can't have a nuke. I agree. Everybody agrees. If they're, thinking with their head, then they know this. It's how. And I just don't see it how it happens with the regime in place. That's why I've always found your vote a little curious.
Well, effectively, I think that at least in the Senate, we forfeited our right to have that conversation. You and I, we've been having a conversation for a long time. We've shut our government down for collectively over 100 days.
Yep.
You just used the performative, 100% performative. The first one was about healthcare. Healthcare never produced any healthcare, never done
Never happened.
anything,
Haven't even passed the subsidies.
yeah, well, and then nothing happened. No one's talking about healthcare, anymore. And then the second one is like we demand ICE reforms, just as I did, but we've shut the DHS down,
It's not
and
happening.
more chaos, and there's no reforms, part of this now too. So like this idea, things become so hyper partisan, and now we are. So this is not a pro war vote. This is a pro hold Iran accountable and do not allow them to build a bomb. Because if we walk away now, when are they ever going to hold them accountable at this point? That's, I think, the appropriate thing. Deeply, deeply unpopular, absolutely poisonous as me as a Democrat, to hold these views and to vote this way. But things are more important than, my seat. Things are much bigger than that. And I think it's just, we're at a profound time, and I don't know why. I wish the president wasn't arguing with these weird that slush funds and this other kinds of silliness but for me, I will follow this moral clarity, and I'm proud to stand with Israel through everything after 10/7. So here we are and have this conversation. Why was Israel constantly attacking Hezbollah? Because they refused to disarm and to stop firing rockets, holding Hezbollah accountable. I absolutely support that. I think it's fantastic the way Israel continues to kill, the new Hamas leaders. Yeah, they kill them before their new business cards even come in, and keep doing it, keep killing them. I'm a pro kill Hamas leadership Democrat because they have to get the message, they have to get the point that you are on the wrong side of history. Live in peace, or you and your country are going to continue to pay for that.
Listen, I get it, but just like with the regime, just like with Palestinians, regime versus Iranians, Hamas versus Palestinians or Gazans, Hezbollah versus the Lebanese. Yes, you want to kill the bad guys, but Israel is killing a lot more than just the bad guys because that's the nature of war. And during a ceasefire, either you honor the ceasefire or you don't. The problem is we're making deals with terrorists. We never did this before, Senator. And this is why.
I agree. Israel isn't allowed to fully perform war the way it always was. Two sides get in a war, one side submits. and they surrender and they disarm. That's the history. But these are societies where martyrdom and that's part of the goal. And that's exactly, Hamas doesn't know how many Palestinians die through that. Iran executed in the streets 30,000, 40,000 Iranians. They're actively hanging teenagers right now just for protesting for democracy. You have, different kinds of enemies, whether it was the Confederacy and the Civil War, the Nazis or the Japanese or any of these places there. That's the way war is conducted until one side submits and the civilians suffer deeply until one realizes that we have to find a new way forward. And here this is. There would be peace if they stop attacking Israel. There would be peace if Iran, submitted their nuclear dust. So, and now those cowards, all they can do is they're attacking the Kuwaiti airport. All these cowards can do is attack civilians, whether it's Hezbollah, whether
They're
it's
terrorists. They're terrorists.
I know they're cowards. They're rapists and cowards. That's it. Ours. And now there are parts of people in my party that will defend those people. They are the ones that claim that they, if a majority of Democrats identify with Hamas and Palestinians over Israel, is a wholesale betrayal for our core values. And that's another thing that continues to be difficult.
Well, look, being pro-terror is never an American position that's going to win favor with the American people. Seeing the futility of doing it this way is a very different argument. But I understand and I respect your position, and I appreciate you articulating it here. I long for the day that me and your giant-sized self are discussing what matters here at home to the many, and the real fights that we thought we were all signing up for on health care, on credit card debt, on how our tax structure works, all the things that you cared about and campaigned about, but now we're distracted from, not by your doing.
All of the things that we really didn't address, for the last 4 years.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, no. So, but to be clear, this is an important issue right now. And remember, it wasn't that long ago, eggs, and now eggs are $2 for a dozen. Now they're back to, the market corrected that. People don't talk about eggs anymore,
Well, they don't talk about eggs because it was exaggerated in the first place because it was about the bird flu. They weren't as price sensitive as everything else by the tariffs and the supply chain
And that's
issues.
what I'm saying. But politicians really had anything about that. That's the way sometimes the market behaves right now. But what I'm saying that used to be that was the solution wasn't that long ago. We aren't talking about these things right now. You talked about the War Powers Act, and I'm answering why. I'm not a pro-war vote. It is a pro-holding, and if you think gas is too expensive, and it is, if Iran becomes a nuclear power, they can effectively charge and hold the entire worldwide energy market as a hostage once they become a nuclear power, and they are untouchable if they become a nuclear power.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.